learning the technology and how what better you can do in this system, in this process. So you have to learn first of all the banking to understand the processes, and then you involve yourself how your technology can improve it. So those are things you have to keep in mind. So yes, I do agree. You are not there to dismiss the knowledge, but you are there to facilitate them and make them the most analyzed.
As Venu had told, that technology or the chat GPTs or every internet which is available for you, the data which is available, is one your assistant. So the same way we have to use our assistants well. Yeah, technical thinking. And also understand one thing, that whatever presentations you're doing or you're putting it online across, and you are a brilliant faculty, if you're giving too much data also online, you would be replaced by your management itself because you become too expensive for them, and this can be done by a junior level teacher because the data is available for them. So these are also the challenges which we'll have to see as faculties when we look into it. That technology is going to disrupt your activities also. Now, the subjects which I have specialized normally used to be subjects like direct taxes, indirect taxes, or the stock market consultancies, where every day there was a change. So I still survived because they couldn't throw me out in any field which I was there, because there were so many changes that you had to be well versed, and you also need the fundamentals of what exactly it is. But the same when you're seeing the next generation. I'll just give you an example of the commercial tax department. I'm writing a book for them for the 50 years of the association, and around 9 assistant commissioners and 2 joint commissioners are working under me for writing this particular book. So we are doing a survey of around the 3,000 odd officers who have come till date, and out of that we are selecting around 25 officers, and we are trying to write down what were their achievements as officers and what they contributed to the state. So this is a very different, where we are making a digital library, etc., and a souvenir also on their whole profiles of those 25 officers, so that it can be a learning process. But when I was dealing with this 9 assistant commissioners on this particular aspect, they knew everything about GST. But what is GST as such? GST is a subsuming of the laws of sales tax, excise, basically service tax laws, then entertainment tax law, luxury tax laws, betting tax laws, etc. But when you ask them, they say we do not know VAT, we do not know sales tax, we do not know excise, we do not know service tax, we do not know what is the difference between goods and services, we do not know all these things. So when they go and attend, they raid a particular person also, the fundamentals are so weak. So this is exactly which is going to happen with your students when they are going to come to you, because you are lucky to say that you have had a base of the fundamentals, you have had a base of non-online classes, offline classes during your tenure as a student, and therefore your fundamentals are all filtered and strong. But the concepts which the present students have is all basically more gathered from online informations, etc., and there the fundamentals are very weak. So as faculties today, we'll have to invest more time into understanding and teaching the kids on the fundamentals, understanding and teaching the kids how to use technology and what to use and what not to use, what are the filters to be put across into technology, and these are the areas where if you have a research scholars here, you should do a research exactly to find out that what is it that you're finding in the present generation, which they need to basically grow into it. If we are not going to focus into that particular aspect, you can be assured that whatever we go to a classroom, we vomit it out, we speak for 2 hours, we speak for 1.5 hours. We think we have done a wonderful job of giving a lot of information across, but what is it that the take home is something which is more important. And today's generation is going to value you only when the take homes are going to be better for them to be there. At every session when we go across, you will have to probably ask your children to say that, can anybody mail across or basically make a session to say that, a PPT presentation to say that, what you had learned today. Now, the same technology which we use to basically teach the children, you should ask the children to use the same technology to prepare and basically show what they have understood about you. And these are the levels where you can see that the output of the kids could be much better. Anybody else would like to put in any other points on technology of what exactly it is? No? Yes, sir. Mike, please.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, sir.
So, apart from technology growth development, there is one more important thing which I have seen personally.
Yes, sir.
Today's students, they don't even have that much of courage to face the failures. They get into depression. Like, is it required from our side? We need to address this seriously, apart from academics.
As far as I understood, that the teachers are the mentors for the kids, the parents are no more mentors. If you see the way the culture has changed in our country, that parents are hardly available at home. The maximum time that the kid is spending is with the teachers across. And trust me, I at least have around 100 students coming to me, though I'm not teaching in any colleges, at least around 100 students coming to me for mentoring, basically to understand that where they are failing in life, why are they failing across. And this is a classic case where I would say that most of the CA students come to me because they say that we are failing, and why are we failing, we don't understand. One of the basic challenges which we see in the younger generation is that they are brilliant when it comes to information. But the present generation, what I have seen is they lack three basic things. They lack is a vision. The second they lack is the temperament. And the third they basically lack is the perseverance as to basically pursuing the same thing which again and again. So if you see the present generation students, they change their minds very fast. They change the courses very fast because the options given to them are very high. And this exactly happens because when they have joined a particular course, they did not have a vision why they are studying this particular course. So mentoring is actually a very important part for any faculty today. And believe me, you mentoring the kids today is only going to be a value add as far as the kid is concerned, because otherwise the way they're getting to depression very fast. They don't have friends with whom they can speak much. They have got hundreds of friends online whom they don't know what exactly it is. Those guys are also only interested in talking good things to you, but not understanding your pains across. So most of the kids today do not have a shoulder to cry across. And this is one of the biggest challenges that we are facing across. Mentoring, I believe so, is a prime duty about it. And believe me, mentoring and depression is one area which is coming more, where there is over excessive use of technology. There's over excessive use of social medias. And this is not the case only with the students which I've come across. I also take a few faculty development programs for my institutes also, and there also I've seen that the teachers also are facing a lot of depression. The way our lives have become so hectic today that we do not have time to understand why and what we are doing for what purpose. Today, a person who's working in a software company or into data analytics, etc., they're getting around 80 lakhs to 1 crore rupees salary. They are working around 18 hours a day. They don't have time for themselves, they don't have time for their health, they don't have time for their enjoying the wealth also. But every year they look out at an increment, they look out at a promotion, they look out at what will be the next role they can do across, but they do not look out at what is it that is going to keep them happy. This is exactly, I think we should also train our children today that whatever you're using today, wherever you're going today, you can still live a happy life with earning around 10-15 lakhs also. But you have to basically look into the concept of saying that what will make you happy. It's a different perception or a different requirement for every kid today to say that what makes him happy. If a person belongs to Mukesh Ambani's family, he would say money doesn't make me happy because he has enough for that. But a person who comes from the slums, for him money would be very important because they're struggling and they're seeing that even half a liter of milk is very difficult for them to consume across. So that's why when I say that when you go to your classrooms, try to see that you have certain mentoring sessions across to them. Also try to see that there is something called as a de-addiction programs of technology which is also being done. Ask your kids today that 2 hours a day, you detach yourself from technology and spend that time on yourself to understand what you are, why you are. Give the peace of mind to your mind. Otherwise, around 8 hours to 12 hours a day, we are seeing technology to such an extent that our heads are heavy, our eyes are heavy, and there we are leading into depressions. And believe me, when you have got too much of data into your brains, the access of your brains is also reduced substantially, and your absorption of what you're supposed to understand and read, which are going to come into your exams or your curriculums, are also not being absorbed. You have thousands of GBs of information in your mind which you don't use at all, but you still store it across. And the data which you wanted are not getting into your minds because of the fact that you are already overloaded with data. Let it be your mobiles, let it be your brains. We are all excess usage of data and information, which actually we are not accessing at all. Every phone which we have here, 80% of the information in a phone which is that is all junk. Agreed or no? And when do we delete it? Only when your storage capacity collapses. Others, do you actually delete it? Today, if I say I've got a phone book which has around 10,000 numbers with me, it may be wow, that Sanjay knows 10,000 people. But how many do I access? Hardly in a year I access around 200 numbers who are close to me, my office colleagues, my clients, etc. Others, I don't use them. I just save them because somebody is going to contact me and I should be able to recognize him. So I would say, okay, Dr. Sharmila from Jain College through ICAI. That is how I basically got in contact with her. So I keep it, the numbers in such a way or database such a way. But actually, are we going to use it again? The same thing is with the kids today. They are on so much of social medias. Today, unfortunately, if you're on Instagram, you're on Facebook, and you're having a habit of seeing those videos across, the amount of time you're losing on that, you don't realize it. Then what is the time that you sacrifice? When you have to come to your college as a faculty, your management is not going to pay you a salary if you're not taking your classes. Agreed or no? Your students are not going to leave you if you're not performing well, so you have to prepare for it. The only time that you're cheating with yourself is the time which you are supposed to spend on your body, supposed to spend on your mind, and supposed to spend on your family. This is exactly the place where we are getting into the data world with too much of data, but not knowing what is the use of that data. And somewhere we are corrupting our lifestyles. Any other questions? So with this, can we wind up? Thank you very much for giving me an opportunity. I thank ICA and Jain College Management for giving me an opportunity to come and speak here. Thank you.
Thank you for that wonderful session, sir. I request Dr. Sheetal V. Hukeri, Coordinator at School of Commerce, to felicitate our esteemed speaker for the session. Sir, I request you to kindly accept a token of our appreciation. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. As we come to the close of today's faculty development program, we have one final and important task. It is my pleasure to invite Dr. Manjupriya R., Associate Professor, School of Commerce, to deliver the vote of thanks.
So very good evening, everyone. As we draw to close this enlightening faculty development program on reimagining business, future-proofing commerce and industry through innovation, I stand before you with the pleasant task of delivering the vote of thanks. First and foremost, I would like to express my sincere thanks to all the principal officers of Jain Team to be University. Next, I thank other advisory board members, organizing committee of this FDP, Dr. Neelima, Deputy Director in charge, School of Commerce, other department heads, coordinators, and faculty members for this continuous support for the grand success of this FTP. Next, I would like to thank our distinguished speakers of ICAI. C.A. Abdul Majid, Senior Audit Partner at Price Warehouse Chartered Accountants, LLP in Bangalore for the comprehensive session on AA-powered accounting. C.A. Udupi Vikram, licensee ICSI, is a partner at Suresh and Co. for guiding us through the complexities of building resilience and responsibility for a sustainable future. CA Venugopal G, founder partner of Venu and Vinay Chartered Accountants, for the insightful session on the intersection of tax and technology in the digital age. CA Sanjay Dariwal, fellow member of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India and founder partner of the firm Dariwal and Srinivas, for the illuminating discussion on the role of education in skill enhancement. I extend my sincere appreciation to all our distinguished participants for their active participation throughout the session. I must also acknowledge the hard work of our technical and administrative staff, FMG members who have worked hard behind the scenes to manage the smooth proceedings throughout the event. Last but not least, I want to express my gratitude to each and everyone for your active engagement, insightful questions, and meaningful contribution. Thank you all. Have a good day.
Thank you, ma'am. I invite all our external participants to join us for a group photo. Please gather on stage so that we can take a picture together to commemorate our time together here. I kindly request all our external participants to come up on the stage, please. Faculty members of School of Commerce, kindly stay back. Participants, kindly come up on stage for a group picture.